Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's live webinar being filmed at 15, well, just gone 3:30 here in the United Kingdom on the 2nd of December 2024. As we head into December, some very exciting things going on here at Tradeguider and Trade to Win. There's quite a lot of announcements I'm going to make here today. The first one, which you can probably see, is we've officially now launched, we did a soft launch, but we've now officially launched the Trade to Win Pro Wyckoff VSA version. I've also got the smart money indicator overlaid on this as well. I'm on a 15-minute chart of gold, and I'm going to come and explain that to you, and Tiru and I will explain it with Mustafa. I've got some, because we've just opened our office in Dammam in Saudi Arabia, which I'll let Mustafa tell you a little bit about, and how he's come to meet me many years ago now. And it's interesting because some of these stocks on the Tadwal, this is an absolute beauty. This is 8200, okay, and so they don't have names, they have numbers, but everything in the system had turned green, and there was multiple testing in rising markets, and we've got some new indicators that are coming called reversal bars, but you've actually got one right down here, and it's caused it to go up, and Mustafa and I can also talk about this as well. So first of all, let me, for the recording, let me formally introduce everyone who's here presenting with me today. So first of all, my name is Gavin Holmes. I'm the author of Trading in the Shadow of the Smart Money. And shortly this week, my next book is being published called Think, Link, Create, which I'm very, very excited about. It's relevant to anyone that understands what I call the law of attraction and belief, which is so important in trading. There is a section in the book about trading, but it's much more a book about my experiences. Certainly when I was a police officer, I had a near-death experience when I was a policeman, and that awakened me to all the things that have happened to me since. And in fact, I've been very fortunate. We now have, as you'll hear today, just some great things going on here at Trade to Win and Tradeguider. And what was quite exciting was the office in Saudi Arabia. So we'll come back to that, and we'll let you know exactly what we're seeing in some of those markets. Now, as I say, I'm currently long on gold. We'll show you why. So let me first of all introduce you to Tiru Nagapan. He is the managing director at Master the Markets, very experienced trader. We've been working together for a number of years. We met at a trade show, actually, and it's quite a great story because the book that was written by Tom Williams many, many years ago is called Master the Markets. And when I went to the show, as Tiru will tell you, I'm sure, there was a booth and it had Master the Market. I thought, someone's copying us. And I walked across. Yeah, he's laughing, but it's actually how it happened. And I walked across and said to the lovely lady on the stand, I said, who's the boss here then? Master the Markets. And he said, it's Tiru Nagapan over there. And I said, can you ask me to come over to our stand? I want to meet him. And lo and behold, a few minutes later, he came across. I said, why did you copy the name of our book? And he said, what book? He had absolutely no clue. So it's a pure coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences, by the way, because everything happens for a reason. But anyway, he said to me, what are you doing then? I said, we've got volume spread analysis. And the book Master the Markets explains it. And I've obviously sent him a copy. And it just happens that same name. And I said, what are you looking at? He said, well, we've got a piece of software that looks at price and volume. I said, but not volume spread analysis. He said, no, it's different. But when you put the two over each other, it's incredible. And so Tiru and I became very good friends. He's one of my best friends in the industry. You do meet people, and people come and go. But the one thing that I learned with Tiru is enthusiasm, and his belief, like my belief, is that you've got to believe in your system. And then, we're doing coaching. We've just completed a course which will be available to everybody in the next couple of days. It was a weekend event. We did it on a Friday and a Saturday. Very well attended, probably the best course that the two of us have done. So Tiru, welcome to this event. We're going to try and keep it to about an hour if we can, because it's going on YouTube, obviously. Tiru, a little bit about your background, and what I just said is correct, isn't it? That's how we met.
Absolutely, yeah. It always brings amazing memories, doesn't it? Whenever we reminisce on how we met and how the dots actually connect, looking backwards, but not as it happens at that moment. So that's really good. I also remembered, as you were saying, about the Illustrates Mastermind Annual Summit. So that was really good. It was good to see some familiar faces over there as well. Steve Johnson is here. He was there as well, the Annual Summit. It's really good to share. Martin was there as well, so that's good. We missed some of the people there, like John Q and all of that. It's been quite a while, John Q. We all need to catch up at some point. But whatever it is, I mean, Gavin, that was an awesome. I mean, Jason was there as well. Jason, hopefully you got the recordings that we sent over to you. But whatever it is, I mean, like you said, Gavin, it's been a great ride this year. It's been amazing. And most important thing in your strategy, which will show you, you need to have belief in your strategy. Belief, and if you want to break it down more scientifically, more systematically, you need to believe in your edge. And to come to that edge, you need to conduct a research study in a very systematic manner. And that's what we were guiding through the annual summit. And that's a little bit what we will touch on and what we can do in this 1 hour that we got together, actually, Kevin.
Yeah, perfect. And interestingly enough, you know, we haven't launched officially the recordings yet, but we'll do that in the next 24 hours because I've got a lot of people that have asked about it. And originally, obviously, there was a broadcast from Tenerife, and then there was we did it online as well. We weren't going to do that originally, but actually, I'm really glad we did because a lot of clients in America had told us that they couldn't travel because of Thanksgiving. Of course, it was quite close to it. And I figured that one out. But I am delighted to announce that we will be doing an event in the USA in the early part, the first quarter. I'm in discussions at the moment with a couple of firms. I won't say who they are for the moment because we haven't launched it. But it looks like we'll be in New York in February and then Chicago in end of February is the plan. Then the biggest announcement today is that we've opened officially now the office in Saudi Arabia with my good friend Mustafa Altavik, who's in the room with us here, and I'll introduce you to him in a second. But we go back, Mustafa and I, many, many years. And, you know, he's a very, very good trader, very accomplished. We'll look at a couple of the charts that he's picked out, and he can tell us some of his favorite setups. He's also, and his brother, both are using the professional version that we've got here. Just want to very quickly explain before because I'm actually in this trade right now. Here is the entry down here. It was that bar there was the confirmation bar on the test because it's successful to look for the change in behavior. And then that's where we went long. And I was doing the demo earlier. I know several of you were in the room when we took that. Now you can see here, right, that was early this morning and it's continued to start to push up. Okay, it's not moving massively at the moment because it's a Monday, but it's been a very nice trade and I've got a stop now into profit, which I'll be able to show you in MT5 shortly, hopefully. But here you've got the massive volume on a down bar with the next bar up. Now we've got a new indicator that's coming into the software probably in the next 48 hours, which looks for this in an uptrend because that's the bottom. Now, I always say to people, you don't want to try and pick the bottoms, but because in hindsight, that's what Tom Williams, he said to me, Gavin, the VSA method, the Wyckoff method does pick the bottom. And I'm using a 15-minute chart. Now, I'm going to show you on the NASDAQ why I'm long on the NASDAQ. Okay, and but before we do that, I want to introduce you to Mustafa, who's a good friend, and have never met him personally, but I'm going to be because we're also going to be doing an event in Saudi Arabia, possibly as early as February, March. We've got to do all the logistics. But I'm also delighted to announce that we've got an official office now in Saudi Arabia. So Mustafa, welcome to the webinar. Do you want to just give everyone a bit of a background about how we met and how you became a trader? And I know your profession, you're now moving into full-time trading, which is what a lot of people do. So just a bit of background about yourself and just give people a flavour, because we've got a lot of people who listen to, I think we'll get hundreds, even thousands on YouTube listening to this. And I'm really excited, and congratulations, Mustafa, that we're going to be working very closely together, and I can't wait to visit Saudi Arabia. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, hi Given, hi Tiro, and hi everybody here. This is Mustafa Al Tawfiq from Saudi Arabia. As Given is saying that I never met him in a person, but we knew each other since 2006. This year was the crash of the Saudi market, when I was looking for an instrument or a system that show me the collapse of the market. So I met with Gav, and I said to him that I never saw, because I have been using so many programs. All of the indicators is delayed, which is after the crash is happened. And he said to me that, well, why you don't join me, and I will show you about the volume spread analysis. Then I meet him, and he showed me one of the best indicators for me, in my opinion, because our market, just for your information, we can't go short, only long. So he teach me about two indicators. One of them is the bag holding, which is the buy, actually, the starting of the trend, and end of the rising market, which is get out from the markets. And he showed me exactly in a monthly, which is ahead of the crash, that there is a volume is going out our markets. Since that time, I decided to learn about the volume spread analysis, which is the Wyckoff. And Given he's my mentor, he instructed me about everything. And after a while, let's say 5 years from using the Trade Guider program, I became an investor. And then I decided to talk with Given to have our office here officially in Saudi Arabia. And most probably, I believe that in January or February, that we are planning to invite Given here, and we are gonna to invite everybody here, and we are gonna to focus on the Middle East, but it's open for all the markets, because the procedure that you are gonna to apply it in any market, in any time frame, it's valid, working, and I have been tested by myself. And Gav, he will show some of the Saudi markets. It's yours.
Yeah, we'd be delighted to do it. Now here, I'm now reversing my trade. Okay, so, and I'll show you why. So we're on the gold. We've gone to a 5-minute chart. Everything changed because of this bar here. You see, now this is one of the things. This bar here, followed by the upthrust, and then the failed test here, which is in. These are all new indicators, are showing me that we've got the red dots coming in. Now we've got a target here of 2659. Okay, so while we're filming this, 2659, possibly in the next hour. All right, and if I go to a smaller time frame, I'm going to show you why. So you can be long and then you can be short. Okay, and then you can see over here that the SMI indicator, which Thierry will explain, comes in, and you've got this arrow and a dot, which is called a confirmation. And then we begin to fall on what we call no demand. Now we've got a live bar, which I'll show you now here. Notice the volume as the market's trying to rally here has got, at the moment, a non-confirmed indicator. Now, a confirmed indicator is what happened here. It turns solid red. Okay, so this next bar needs to close lower than the close of that bar in the professional version. Then you'll have a confirmation bar. Okay, and then if the dots stay red and the bars, the red bars now are down bars, Okay, price bars that close lower than the previous bar. And we had the first one up here, which was a great opportunity, but then it just confirmed that there's sellers. And if it takes out the lower this bar, then I've given you that target, you can see it, that will turn solid red. All right, and then you'll start to see the collapse of price. Now this works. It's very powerful, especially if you're trained to use it correctly. Right now, here we go. It's just turned solid red. You can see that for yourself. Because this bar here, and what we're watching here is, this is new in the Pro version, is it tells you on the fly what each bar's doing. So if I put this up, you can see it. It tells you as the bar's forming what the volume is, what the spread is, which is what volume spread analysis is. It's so important. And so now we start to see the breakdown, because the system has got the SMI right almost at the top, which we see a lot, which is why we're working closely with Master the Markets and Tiru. And now we've got a 1 minute chart. So why would I be using a 15 minute, a 1 minute to show you how it works? Because once Mustafa and I start analyzing some of the Saudi stocks, and then I show you what's going on in the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is actually bullish, I'll show you. And then I'm going to get Tiru to explain what an SMI indicator actually is and why we've collaborated as two businesses. Okay, because we've been collaborating for some time, but now in Saudi Arabia, obviously it works so well in the stock market out there, the Tadwell, the Egyptian market. I've been looking at a lot of it overnight. Now you're going to see here, the system is turning red as we go down. We get the 1 minute confirming, and you've got complete, there we go, you've got complete trend alignment. Okay, this is new, brand new. And it takes a lot of the analysis away. You just say, well, look, if it's in a downtrend and I've got no demand in the downtrend here, here, and here. We've been teaching this for years. This is not rocket science. But again, when I was learning from Tom Williams, I didn't understand why, if the market's rallying, we got another one, okay, not confirmed yet, but if the market's rallying, why would we be looking to short on a no demand bar if it's in a downtrend? For this reason. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to go. The market, as Tiru will explain, is like the dance, he calls it. I call it the snake. Call it what you like. The point is, price action doesn't just take off in one direction. But today, actually, after this bar here, which was the entry, a secondary entry, which I was doing in a just prior to coming on, you've got the confirmation of the lower prices. Now, if I now jump quickly to the NASDAQ, and then I'll bring Tiru in, we can see here the 15-minute chart. We've got trend alignment, the 15, and we've got trend alignment on the 375. These are specific time frames, by the way, but we've got the buying right in the background here, and then we've got the breakout bar. Now, if you're swing trading, that's all well and good. If you come back to the 5 minute, which is one of the ones we use a lot, you have got the buying confirmed, okay? The SMI indicator is correct, it pushes down. But then after the buying, we suddenly change behavior, which is in David Weiss's book. See, now look up here, see how it's changing, okay? So you've got something that we teach, which is, we call it professional buying or potential professional buying. But we know that the buyers must be there, because therefore the market has in fact rallied away. All right, and now at the right edge of the chart, I'm looking for a signal called a shakeout. Now, the new indicators that are coming are called reversal bars, and reversal bars in an uptrend are very, very powerful. And I have a meeting with our senior programmer straight after this when we finish. And he's already put it in, and when he was testing it, this new stuff, it was 88.6% as an accuracy of the market direction continuing, because I was looking for these in a trend. So what is volume spread analysis? Very simple. For those of you that are listening for the first time on YouTube, we're looking at the activity of professional money, or I call them in my book, my first book is called Trading in the Shadow of the Smart Money. You can get it on Amazon. It's full color. It's Trading in the Shadow of the Smart Money, which is what we do. When I taught Mustafa all those years ago, one of the things that happened, and just to clarify, it was in 2006, so early 2007, the Saudi market had fallen rapidly. And when I looked at it, now we see here, now we've now seen on the NASDAQ a potential of a slight correction in price, just came in live. Okay, it's still in an uptrend, but you've got a no demand bar that's been confirmed. So again, we wait. Okay, you wouldn't short it, but you do have a warning sign, as I'm sure Thierry will explain what it looks at. But yes, volume spread analysis analyzes three key things on a chart. Okay, we analyze volume, we analyze the spread of the bar, which is the high and the low of the price bar, and the closing price of the bar. And that gives us a very clear indication of what the market's likely to do. And it's all about three things: universal laws, which I've written about in my third book in a different way, because everything is governed by law. The universe that we live in is governed by laws. Whether we like it or not, it is. People say to me, what do you mean? Give an example. I say, well, the law of gravity, the law of electricity. It's all there, very organized and functional. And when you look at the law of attraction, for instance, or the belief, which I call it the law of belief, which it is, it means you're thinking about something that you want to create. And my book, therefore, my third book, is called Think, Link, Create. And it's all about, and I've written in my book a chapter about what happened to me many years ago, and then what happened at the New York Traders Expo when I was trading live in front of thousands of people, online, they were watching as well as live, and why my belief in the system that Tom Williams, the late Tom Williams, who unfortunately passed away in 2016, who invented this system, and we've developed it further, was inspirational to me in the way he taught me. And so when I was up there and I was making money, and I do it all the time now, and Thierry said to me earlier today, we were talking, he said, we show this stuff live, Gavin. Very few people want to do that. They want to go back in the past and cherry pick. But that's a no demand bar. That's an SMI indicator, and the price is coming back down. Doesn't mean it's going to fall dramatically. But if I go back to gold here, I can see that the buying on the 1 minute was tested and it's going up. It's doing the opposite of the NASDAQ. Always remember that. It will always do it. So I'm now going to hand you over to my good friend Thierry, who will explain a little bit about, what the SMI indicator does with the professional version, which we've got here, because it's built into Pro. We sell them as two different packages, just so you know. And so we sell what we call the new professional version. There is VSA Lite, that hasn't gone. And we call it Trade to Win, Wyckoff VSA Pro, just so you know what we've got. And if you want to add on the SMI indicators, we're going to do some training sessions for anyone that's either got one or both products. And twice a month, we'll just do live trading. This is the first public webinar we're doing, but then during the next few weeks, we're going to be doing live trading, which really does make a big difference, because then you can see what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it. And then once you believe in the system, just practice. Thierry, over to you, my friend. Let everyone know what we're looking at here. Why did the market fall? Why did it suddenly reverse here on a 1 minute gold chart? It's gyrating, of course, I know, because we're coming into the London fix in 1 minute, which is very common. But here we can see we've got the no demand bar, we've got the buying, we've got your SMI indicators, and you see what the market's doing. It has to be correct. So I'll hand the screen over to you and you can explain it.
Great, thank you for that, Gavin. So let me put that onto the chart. So I was just taking a look at silver just now as well. I mean, one beautiful thing that you reiterated there, which is very important, we do all these things in real time, so not just hindsight, guys. So let me just show my screen. Some reason that it's not highlighting. Wonder why. Having some issues with that one. Let me see.
Hold on. Let me give you the screen. One sec. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
because maybe I'm not presenter. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
I've just made you a presenter now, so you should be able to just click your screen now.
Oops. Maybe it's the wrong one. Let's see.
That's it. I can see it.
Can you see the trading view one?
Yep. Silver. Yeah, 15-minute chart. Got it.
No, that's on MT4. Let me show the other one. Hang on a minute. Got two screens over here, so
Yeah, well, that's it.
not doing it as well. No, I can do it now. Hang on a minute. So screen of monitor 2. There you go. So now you guys should be able to see the trading view chart. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm seeing gold 5-minute.
Thank you, Mustafa, for that. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Kevin. So right. So now let's take a look at how this is all coming through. Yes, this one, I've got a bit of delayed data, but you know what? I mean, the principles will be the same. I'll show you on silver what's happening also in real time as well very shortly. But follow the principles, what I'm just going to tell you right now. So the first thing what we always do, let me just do this. Let me just pile up all the latest ones on top. I've got it on the other one. Let me do this very quickly. I'll do this also on this one. Okay, great. I'm good to rock and roll. Right, so right now, as you can see, the first thing we always look for, traders, is always we define what the trend is, what the phase is. Then we look to decide finally, which is what every strategy will come down to in terms of entry rules, which is direction and timing. Okay, direction is in the bias of which direction you're going to take, and then finally to enter, where are you then going to enter on. To help us decide towards these two objectives, we use the price and volume in coherence, okay, together. So we'll see now in real time how we are going to do it. And I'll show you in silver as we are going through as well. Silver, I'll just give you guys a heads up on what I'm taking a look at the moment, which is I'm waiting for that level on the 15-minute, which has just broken, by the way. So let me just show you that here on before I come back to here again. So it's quite a while. Wish you can just go back to it. You see, and it's exactly matching up with the trigger lines that the VSA is showing here as well. We can see that, right? So you see the low has been taken out at the moment, which then turns this into a downtrend phase 1, which will be analyzing it a bit more closely very shortly. Okay, I'll show you that with also our stretch indicators as well. So let me just delete that one there. I'll just pile up the latest ones now, and then you guys can take a look, and I'll let that load up in the background as we were doing this gold analysis as well. Right, so I will pile all this on top. That's great. Now go to gold. Good. So what do we have here? So now let me check. I'll start with the 15-minute and I'll go down. I'll just quickly go on the daily just to get an overall overview. At the moment on the daily time frame, what we got over here, let me just see over here as well. Right. So at the moment, you can see there was a price structural failure, right? So we always get the trend first towards a bias, right? So you can see that one took out the low over there, just came back, strong reversal. And then after that, there's a bit of a sell-off here, but then the test came back here and then it's rebounding a little bit. Word of caution is that as of now, structurally, that's a downtrend phase 2, okay? That's a downtrend phase 2. And this top hasn't confirmed to make that a phase 1. In the summit, we were taking a look that sometimes you just got to be careful on what the higher time frames are doing. We saw that on the up uptrend. You see on the weekly, however, that's an uptrend phase 2. There's a bit of a retracement, which what these 3-4 bars. This was talking to as well to one of our elite members back in London just about 1 week ago, to Jay actually, on these 3 bars. When you look on the lower time frame, that's what's creating that downtrend on the daily. Okay, remember that 3 bars over here, right? The 3-5 bars over here, right? This one here, if I want to be more specific, is what is creating that downtrend on that daily. Yeah, that 3 bars, the 3 weekly bars is what's here. With structure, with the market structure defined with the tops and bottoms, what our indicator is doing, with the orange arrow being the top, and that's where the confirmation bar came, and then here the bottom, and here where the confirmation bar came as well. Okay, that's what it's doing. So the structure, we can clearly see that the 3 bars on the weekly is what is showing here as a downtrend phase 2. But then we can also now start to understand, like what Gavin would say, like a detective, you're looking to understand what the market is doing. Why are we getting this strong upward movement? Because highly probably the weekly guys are coming in to turn that phase 2 back into a phase 1. This bottom here probably is the weekly potential bottom holding. Now, understanding all of this, then when we go down to the lower time frames, on the 4-hour, you can see over here that at the moment you see that's an uptrend phase 1. If you are more on the lower time frames, you need to get at least 2 time frames in alignment with your direction. And the 1 hour, what we can see over here at the moment is just taken out that low for today. We're not getting an alignment to the 4-hour on the higher time frame. On the 1 hour, that's a downtrend phase 2. Okay. Towards that, let me check the 15-minute saying as well. On the 15-minute, however, as we can see, at the moment, is it taken out its high? Yeah, the high is still over here. So it's still showing as a downtrend, okay? A downtrend phase 1 where the top just got confirmed over here. With a little bit of a test by the VSA, but then that low being still taken out, okay? So that's what we got on the gold. Okay, so here on the 1 hour, that is also a downtrend phase 2, but here that is showing as a downtrend phase 1. So in terms of 2 time frames alignment, one we are getting 1 hour and the 15-minute aligning because both of them are showing a downtrend. Okay, that's what we're seeing. And then finally, I will go on to the 5-minute over here. On the 5-minute, what are we having at the moment? We can see that that is an uptrend phase 2 on the 5-minute. It's an uptrend phase 2. And then finally, I go on to the 1-minute. The reason why I write down all these trends is finally to get my objective of the direction bias. Okay. And on the 1-minute, as you can see, I quickly can note a big volume spike over here, right? And on the 1-minute, what I'm getting over here at the moment, that is a downtrend phase 2, okay? So as you can see, traders, I mean, like what Gavin will point out to you as well, once we got the trend all defined, we can see if there's a direct alignment. As you can see, it's a bit confusing here, isn't it? It's not fully in alignment. And that's when days like this, sometimes you get a bit of chops towards the later part of the day. So we'll wait a little bit before we get a clear signal, as what Gavin was saying, and what we are getting also here from all the time frames. Okay, if some of them, as we have done in real-time trading, when it all aligns, when it's really simple to read it, that's when it becomes a bit more easier. Okay, I found that when I was looking through to other instruments on silver, it was a bit more easier to understand what's going on, right? So after this analysis, I'll pass it on to Gavin over here. So over here, as you can see, on silver, if you take a look on the 15-minute, right? That's a downtrend, phase 1, okay? Right, it took out that last low just now, okay? On this bar here, right? as it's forming and towards its close in the 15 minutes. Now the 5 minute over here, again, that's a downtrend as well, right? And you can see with the latest Trade to Win Pro over here, on the 5 minute and the 25 minute is showing also towards a downtrend, right? All the time frames are starting to align. So on the 5 minute, which is in congruence with our smart money indicator as well. That's why you can start to see every time we do this in real time, you can start to see how complementary they are. And almost all of our clients who are paid subscribers have always said when they put the both together, it becomes very powerful. You can capture really big runners, right? And then also here you can start to see on the 5 minute time frame, that's also a downtrend phase one. So you see all aligning, not as confusing as gold, right? And over here you can start to see the distribution highlighting by the Trade to Win Pro as well over here, which all confirms and confluence with the downtrend over here. Now finally I'll go on to the 1 minute over here at the moment, right? And then on the 1 minute time frame, then you can start to see also there is confluence of factor. In fact, this is perfect. Now it's telling you on the 1 minute that's a downtrend phase 2. Okay, so one of the things what we can do, so there's two ways to play this now. At least you see it's more in sync, isn't it, traders? This is what I wanted to drive to you guys. All the time frames are showing downtrend, at least in 3 time frames down, right? 15, 5, and 1. So we can see a direction bias strong of downside. Okay, and then after that is timing. Now, where are we going to enter this? One way to enter is you can wait for the orange dot from the smart money indicator, wait for a orange arrow and an orange dot to appear before you start to take an entry. And then the exits, you can either do a trading stop loss and get out when your trading stop loss comes out, or you can also use our stats table in combination, right? Or over here, and then you can use that accordingly. I mean, we show you that when you get the indicators to use in Confluence, and then you can go through all the different stats we have programmed over here, okay? And we've done so many videos on that. You can check it on, especially a really great place where you guys can take a look and understand this indicator, SMI, as well as the VSA is on our 7 steps to CTP.com website. Okay, so you can go to that 7 steps to CTP.com, get the videos, and that will explain on the different stats as well. This was the same content that we also published on the Society of Technical Analysis as well, which we've been invited now, where Gavin was as well when I did the presentation, and where we all talked about it. So 7 steps CTP.com is really good. I've been invited there as well on STA to come and be a lecturer there for the automation training program, which will be taking place next year. So one way to do it is, as I said, wait for that orange arrow and orange dot to happen, and then you can enter. And in terms of exits, either you can use a trailing stop loss and come out when the trailing stop loss gets hit, or use our stats table to exit. One level I will take a look at, if the orange dot and the orange arrow appears at the end of this 1 minute bar, and there we go, we got it in real time, right? No hindsight in real time. So one thing we can do in real time, and we were doing this kind of real time trading in the summit as well. So for those of you guys missed it, don't worry, the recording is being processed. I think it's actually ready already. We can send out an email for those of you guys want to get hold of the recording, and those of you attended, you can already have access to that. Now, in terms of a small target, what I'll be looking at least for that low to be taken out, we can use smaller targets as well, okay? Or in terms of trailing stop, we can do that accordingly when the price does that. So this is one way that we can enter in terms of timing, okay? Right, wait for all alignment direction, right? 15, 5, and 1. And then after that, then where we enter is when we get a phase 1 confirmation according to the smart money indicator. Now, the other thing, remember that these are all the downs, we don't get scared by that. We've shown that a lot of times in all our tradings. And then another way to do it is in terms of 1 minute, if you want to hold on to that bottom. So let me just go on to the 5 minute. Another way of doing it is that 30.39, isn't it? Let me just take a look on the 1 minute. Is that 30? Yeah, that's right. Another way to ask yourself is this 1 minute top, okay, 1 minute top, this 1 minute orange dot, 1 minute top going to hold on the 5 minute and wait and allow that to drop further, and an orange dot going to come here which confirms this top. So in other words, do you believe that that 1 minute top is going to become a 5 minute top, making it fall even further down, and then eventually comes down to a 15-minute top as well? So that's the question you can ask yourself, and that's another strategy that you can do in terms of to ride the trade further down and write more open equity to the downside. Okay, so this is how we would look at it in combination of both the indicators. And in terms of another thing, what we also look before we start to look at it to enter blindly at this close, right? We can wait a little bit for no demand bars and also look for volume over here, which has gone up the second band but not gone up the third band. We can start to see that there's still professional selling still happening and supporting the downward move along with the VSA gray or the red dots, which happened just as the orange dot came. And a lot of clients, including ourselves, we've seen that when the red dot happens with the VSA with the orange dot, it's a bit more stronger to hold. Okay, so these are the things that you guys can take a look at. Don't get scared by the dance that happens. You just got to stick with it. And of course, if it takes that out, then of course reverse. You don't need to reverse your position, but you need to wait for the next top to confirm. Okay, so those are the things that you can start to take a look at. I think that was my analysis on that, Gavin. Over to you now on the other instruments, or anything you want to add on to that.
That's brilliant. I can tell you that I've got a target. I'm still short now again, gold, 2660, round number.
Nice.
Waiting for an up thrust to add. We've just seen a test. The no demand bar was there. It's quite clear. Actually, let me just take the screen. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
It hit the target yet again. It always seems to do it, but I'll take the screen and then we'll go to Mustafa and we'll look at some of the stocks. But here's what I've got. So there was the no demand bar that we talked about. It appeared, the SMI indicator confirmed it. It was reconfirmed, came back down to this low of the day, tested it, pushing up a little bit. What I'm looking for now is to see more no demand or indeed an up thrust here. But if it takes out that low, then 2660, just to give you it, and you can see the system is already turning. I'll give it a minute because I think it will, just based on experience. The background is weak. Okay, you've got all the SMI and the no demand bars confirming. That was the one that I talked about when it happened. It's fallen, and now they're testing the low, and that would probably be exactly what you would see on the London fix, which is where I make most of my money anyway, on the fix. So what we want to look at now is that the dots here, which are the red dots, which are confirming the short-term downtrend, continue. It's a 1 minute time frame. Okay, I'm looking at a much bigger time frame for this trade, but just for showing how the system works, it's very clear. It's like I'm teaching a couple of pilots. Some of you know this already at the moment, and they said this is like an instrument panel. That's exactly what it is. It's not an automated trading system. I'm going to say yet. There's a clue, but I'm not going to say any more than that. It's an instrument panel. It's what Tiru and I call decision support system. But we'll teach you, because part of the professional version that we are selling, it comes with every 2 weeks training, okay, where you can get your questions answered, you can get that you can see what the system's doing, and we do it in live markets like this. Okay, so wait, because at the moment the volume's drying up a bit because of the London fix. But having said that, I've seen this happen many times, where they suddenly test the market, it'll push up and then go straight back down because of the trend. Okay, so
Absolutely. I think the same thing is happening with silver as well. Absolutely, you're right, Gavin. Usually, yeah.
Look at the Nasdaq though. Okay, that has been bullish pretty much all day, and it's been in the uptrend. And if I put up the 1 minute chart now, it's starting to move because of the 3 tests. And these are new indicators. They're called test in a rising market. Here's your system. Okay, you've got the 15, the 5, the 1. Everything's green. There's the test. There's the buying. Okay, you've got your indicator down here confirming it. So if gold continues to go sideways, this will start to rally. And it's all because of what happened there, there, and there. Again, it's in an uptrend. This is what we've programmed in, and it can send you it from this system. You can program it in to send you an email, which I think is even cleverer. When it takes out the trigger bar here, right? That's what the trigger bar is. It's called a trigger number. It's in my book, and they're testing the trigger. Now watch. Okay, and again here I've got 21,200 as a projected target. I'm going to show everyone in the coaching how we do that. How do you project it? It doesn't happen instantly though. It takes time. All right, so here we can see the 1, the 5, 25. We've got a shakeout, okay, which is exactly what I'd expect to see. Now, when we go to talk to Mustafa in a second, you'll see what that type of system means. So let me do that. We can see there the buying, the testing, the shakeout, and at the moment it's consolidating, but it will break out almost for certain. Let's go and have a look at some stocks then, and this is stocks from the Tadawul. You can see it here, and Mustafa, as I said, I introduced earlier. Mustafa, welcome back. Let's go and have a look at these charts and tell me what you see.
Okay, if you just back to the background, because we are analyzing the daily to the left side, please. You will see that, as you said, mentioned right now, the shakeout.
That is
We
going to
have
be
the indicators that shows the strength. Okay, as you said that, yes, here is it, the shakeout.
Yep, SO, yeah.
Yeah, and
Very
as you said that, waiting for testing the indicators, a lot of tests, if you can see to the right side, taking long. I'm still long on that stock holding because it's keep riling. And as you said that, now if you look for the additional on the new version of the trade to win, daily is green, 5 days green, and the 25 also is green, which is aligned. All of them is aligned. So there is no reason to get out from this market or this stock. I'm still long on it. Very clear, the trade forward. And back to what Theodore is saying about the confirmation, we can see that the price action also confirm it. We have the arrow, we have the balls, so there is no reason to get out. Still, I'm long on that.
Right. Yeah, and it makes sense because if you look at the weekly chart, which I was looking at earlier, which is one of the charts we look at, you can see here the last indicator was a test in a rising market, one of my favorites. The next bar actually closed pretty much level, but then it broke out of the old top, and everything in the system here, which you can see on the weekly, the 1 month, the 5 month, it's a long-term investment trade, right? Is that the way you're looking at it? Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely perfect.
And whatever we are talking about the time frame, you just analyzing in 1 minute. This is in a week, and before on a daily. So the methodology is the same.
Right.
Whatever you are using from the any markets, any time frame, you are applying the same methodology.
Exactly the same. So let's have a quick look at another chart then. We'll go to 2240. Now this again, this is on the Tadawul, and it's a Zamil Industrial Investment Company. What I noticed about this again, that all the time frames are in alignment, and then as the market pulls back, the volume seems to dry up, and you get the tests and then the rally. And I'm assuming if you bought it, you're long, right?
Yeah, it's either if you are gonna to say that you are a scalper, you will see that it's in a trend, test on a rising market. You will take the trade after it's tested again, taking or if you are talking about an investor, back to the red rectangle, and you will see there is a professional buying, and it's tested directly to the left side. Give back on around June. Can you see it to the left side?
Okay.
Gap.
So yeah, perfect. And then we'll go to this one here, and then we're going to take some questions as well, because we've got quite a few. Now this one here is interesting. This is a catering company. Yeah. And you've got a massive volume bar down here that was tested right on the low, and it marks it out, and now it's going sideways at the moment, but it's still an interesting chart because it's been going up for some time. Okay, because of down here, look at this is earnings report, right? And I noticed this when you sent me it. Okay, and it was pretty good earnings. The market went up on no demand, immediately tested the no demand bar. That's a really strong indicator. And then as it came back down, it's like, as Tiru calls it, the dance of the market. It comes back in to the top of that bar and it tests it almost immediately, and up it goes. It's a setup. It's clear. It's obvious. Would you agree, Mustafa? I mean, that is a setup, right?
Yeah, it's a setup, clear setup. And right now, even on the US market, I'm shorting VMC Volcano. If you would like to open the chart, VMC.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me just have a quick look at the Nasdaq. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's fine. And I'm just going to quickly check gold. That's fine. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll put up a US stock now. So it's a stock, right? VMC, yeah?
Yes, VMC.
And this would be this one here, Vulcan Materials.
Yes, for the Nasdaq, yes. Go to 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Very clear professional selling here. No demand.
Oh yeah, well you've got I can see exactly. So you got your up thrust.
Yeah, up thrusted, no demand.
Yeah, very clear. Yeah, and then you've got the SMI. It's all confirmed. Yeah. Oh, it's a gotcha bar. Yeah. Great example.
Yeah, this is a real. And I'm shorting the markets by 287. As back to zero, if you just about the price action, it's confirmed. There is an arrow, there is a pole, no demanded. It's a broke trigger line, clear short. I'm taking that trade. This is a life.
Yep, that's a very good trade.
Great.
Yeah, yeah. Tiru, that's a good chart, isn't it? That shows the SMI confirming the no demand and the collapse in the stock on a 15-minute chart.
It's a brilliant example. Well done, Mustafa, on combining all of it. And I'm sure, Mustafa, you've seen also, right? When both of them confluence together, it becomes more powerful and you get bigger runners, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm using both, as you know. I'm using the volume spread analysis and confirmed about the your indicators that you mentioned. Same way, because you know that I'm even learning from you, Tiru, before.
Of course, yes, yeah. And that's why it continues to work, because it's principles, it's cyclical patterns we are looking to capture, isn't it? That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony asked a question. Can you please describe what the and I'll take questions now, and then I'll give you a link so you can download chapter 1 of the book with links. If you're interested in getting the software, we've got a promo before we go full price, and it's active till tonight at midnight. I can send you the document. The easiest way to get that is to email Laura at tradeguider.com, Laura at tradeguider.com. She's my wife, and we'll send you a document which has got chapter 1 of the book, my new book, and it's also got links for the promo that we're doing for it was Black Friday, but we've extended it to Cyber Monday, which is fine. Okay, all right, so we're going to just go and recap now. Terence, just email me your WhatsApp number. So my email is tradeguider@outlook.com. So again, I'll spell it phonetically. So people do. Laura said I don't need to do it, but I do. It's Tango Romeo Alpha Delta Echo Golf Uniform India Delta Echo Romeo. So tradeguider at Outlook, which I don't need to spell that, outlook.com. And you can all reach me on that as well. But if you're interested in the promo that we're doing, there's 30% discounts of various products, not everything. But if you want to find out more, just email my wife Laura or go to live chat, which we're on now. We've reactivated that. Well, it's been active all day, but we had to switch it off for the seminar. You go to, I'll just show you that because a couple of people have asked questions. And then if you've got questions for Mustafa, we'll put up his details shortly. And the same, Tiru, you can put up your details if they've got questions for you. If you want to go to the front page of Trade Guider here, so it's tradeguider.com, and you click, and then here, if you can click on either one, it wouldn't make any difference. But if you say Trade to Win, okay, click on that, say Trade to Win. And what will happen is if you want to get the Master the Markets book, which is the book that we talked about right at the beginning, that Tom Williams wrote, you can get that absolutely complimentary by going to that Trade to Win package, and you can download it and just click, you put your email, your first name, email link, and then we'll invite you to any public events that we do. If you want to talk to Laura, you just click on this button here, okay, and then you can just chat. And what you do, click on that button and then start the chat, okay? And what happens is it should come up with a message. You say hello, okay, and that will come up with to Laura, and she'll be able to, and I'm sitting next to her, so if it's questions for me, I can certainly answer it as well. All right, I think we're pretty much there. We've done an hour and a half. That's what I wanted to keep it to. Is there any further questions? So I will, Terence. I'll check my email. Yep. Yep. So I need your WhatsApp details. Martin, yes, I can see that. No problem. Well, Martin, we've already set you up with a second account, so you should be able to get Smart Center Pro working. You've got. We told you there's a problem with the license, but we can sort that one out. Okay, Anthony, let me have a look at your question. Bear with me.
Gavin, as you're doing that, I think some were asking about the combination of, wasn't it, for Trade to Win and the SMI. I think Glenn has already posted it, I think.
Yeah, it's probably in there. Sorry, Anthony, I will answer the question quickly. Okay, the London fix. Okay, very straightforward. Let me just go to here, and I can answer that question for everybody because everyone seems to not understand it, but it's very easy to understand, and it's very relevant to the sort of trades that we take. Okay, so I'm just going to post for you, Anthony, a link in here, and you can understand what I'm talking about. It answers what it is, and I'll put it in the questions panel for everyone. Okay, and there you go, guys. That is okay. And sorry, I've got your I can see you've just sent an email there, so let me send the link. I've just got to copy that. Have you got a pen? I'll just write this down. Yeah. That's all right, I'll put it in my phone. Don't worry. Sorry, I'll put it in my phone and then we'll email you. Okay. Good. So, first of all, Mustafa, any final words of advice from you to everyone that's thinking about volume spread analysis, the Wyckoff method? Obviously, they can contact you if you want to tell them the details. If they're in anywhere in the Middle East, anywhere, in fact, where you want to speak in Arabic, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, thanks, Gav, and thanks for everybody. We are here to help, of course, and support all of us. I can just post my email, which is mustafa@tradeguider.com. And anybody he would like support for explaining, going live on a markets, he needs support, whatever, we are here. And again, I want to just assure about something, that all the methodologies applicable on all the markets, in all the time frame. Either you are investor, either you are scalper, and happy to join Trade Guider, and very excited for January when you are coming to Saudi Arabia. You are welcome, of course, given. And thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, and Tiru, any final words from you? Any advice about what we're offering and the coaching sessions we do? We do a mastermind, which we've done. We've recorded that, and we need to. I've got 2 people who've just emailed me, said where can you access that? We'll work out afterwards, Tiru, how we can do
Actually,
that.
one more thing. There's a paid subscriber monthly one that we do, right? Gavin, is coming up this Thursday because of last week, because Thanksgiving. We will do it this Thursday, 5th of December. So for all paid subscribers to SMI and VSA, you will get a Zoom link, a private Zoom link, where we'll be all convening and looking at performances and potential trades and investment choices going forward. And the great thing that actually Mustafa mentioned, these methodologies, they go for either trading or for investment, and on any time frame. Brilliant point there, Mustafa.
And the Nasdaq's broken out, which we said, and gold has broken through its low. Everything.
And the same thing is happening with silver as well, which I just mentioned.
Yeah, it's all there. There's your up thrust. There's your no demand. This actually works. Here's the system. It's telling me what the volume and the price bars are doing, and it's a great way to finish. Actually, we've gone a little bit over time, but
I think the main point, people, I think we have to stress this again, actually, Gavin, is that we're doing all this in real time. People just have to realize that. Not many people can do it if they don't have this amount of experience or conviction. Even with silver, right? I mean, the same thing with gold. They follow similarly. We showed that all the time frames correlate with the downtrend. On the first position that you took, okay, maybe it bumps you out because overextended on another time frame. But look, it's coming back down again. Why? Where do you enter again? And if your objective is towards direction and timing, how do you do it? Keep observing all these things. What me and Gavin are telling you, you will see it repeating again and again. And it's not because, as we say always in jokes, it's not because we got a crystal ball, right? Even though I know it's gonna happen.
I'm not going to say I've got 2 of them, but I definitely got one. By the way, it hit the 20. It hit the target, and look at it go now. Everything.
There you go, in real
time. I mean, it's 16:38. We've had the LIBOR fix, and so Anthony, hopefully you understand what that is. It's when the market moves. I make more money in the always at this time, because you've had the fix, and look at it. I mean, you can't argue with the facts, can you? You've got the shakeout, you've got the test in a rising market, you've got everything's turned green, and the system is telling me you've got up bars closing at the top That's strength. You can't write that. It's impossible. You have to show it live. And please note, we are doing this live, and this will be recorded as well, so it'll go on YouTube. We've got a lot of people in here already, a lot of inquiries that are coming in, not surprisingly. This works. And if we go to gold and finish up on that, and then I'll bring Mustafa back in, because
I
if
think
you
just
look
to
at,
conclude, I mean, just a few things, Gavin, as you're explaining that as well. Yeah, so Adrian was asking about trends and phases. Don't worry about that, Adrian. I don't have much time to go through that, but you can check it out on 7 Steps to CTP. Also, the other thing, for those of I know you guys keep asking questions on the how to get both the indicators. I mean, on the message on the chat group, we have sent you the link for both of the indicators, which you can get on as well. Yeah, over to you, Gavin. Sorry, on the go.
yeah, no, brilliant. No, and
Gav,
Mustafa,
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Would you mind to open the chart for Triple Q in Visco, the fund,
okay.
in the Nasdaq market?
Okay, so hold on. Let me get rid of gold for the minute because we've seen all that. So,
Okay.
what's the symbol, Mustafa?
Q.
On the funds,
No,
yeah?
it's stock on the Nasdaq. But all, first of all. But all. The first one, instead of stocks, just put all.
Okay, go to all, yeah.
Okay, but Q.
Yep.
In
That
Visco. Yeah, I believe this is the fund. Yes, open it, please. Put a 5 minutes chart.
Yep. I know exactly what you're going to show me here. Yeah. Yeah. That's really obvious. Look at that. That's almost like back.
I'm taking the trade. Here is the professional buying. Now,
yeah.
All the are they aligned or not? Yes, they are aligned because all of them is green.
Yeah.
It is tested.
Yeah.
And confirmed about the price action. This is alive. Look at it. Anybody he can just start to watch that stuff.
Well, this to me is what I've programmed into the news to our program. It's called a reversal bar. That is what we call absorption. Everyone, great. Thanks, Mustafa. You've given me a good one there. I don't look at the QQQs, but that's a good one. It's absorbed anything to the left, and then if you put up a 1 minute chart, which I've just got on the other screen here, you can start to see everything aligned on the small time frames, and you've got shakeouts and tests in a rising market and the buying. It's all there.
Yeah, and if you look to the left side, you can see the professional is buying, and it is tested.
Yep, down here.
Yep, here exactly with the highest volume, as you are always explain to me and teach me where is the elephant. Here is the highest volume. Of course, there is a professional buying. It is tested. Long trade.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I suppose if I'm coming to Saudi Arabia, it's going to be where's the camel in the room, right? Not the elephant.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that is definitely it. It's sorry, my wife Laura just looked at me and said, "You're not going to be a comedian." Well, I used to be actually many years ago. Then I married Laura, and that was the end of that. So here is the buying, really clear. Okay, and if we look at this, here's your test in a rising market, and you can see everything's aligned and everything works. And you know that's in the QQQ, and I don't even look at this. I've never seen it before. I don't trade it. But it's the same thing, the same principles. And this is the bit, Mustafa, I think, to finish off with, because I know we've overrun a bit, but I hope people are getting value from this, is when the markets move, when we're using supply and demand, cause and effect, effort versus result, volume spread analysis, smart money indicator, we're using price action. We're not using lagging indicators. We're not trying to go back. We're looking at the right edge of the chart, because that's what makes you money. Going backwards and back testing and saying, oh, my system's 88% accurate, then you go to the right edge and you get slippage and you get all the things that many retail traders make the mistake of, saying, well, I back tested it and it was 88%. I went to the right edge of the chart in gold. They don't understand that sometimes what happened in the past is not guaranteed to happen in the future. It's simply what we state as as a fund, we have to state that. You say past price is not indicative of future performance. It's definitely not. You trade what you see. What do you see here? Buying, testing, rising market. Forget the past, because the market is a snake, and Tiru calls it the dance. Anyway, the document.
By the way, Gav, I want just to tell the audience about something. One of the questions came to me about the time frame. When we are seeing that for the trend alignment for 1 minute and 5 minutes 25, somebody is telling me if I would like to change this time period, it's on the settings. You can do the multiplier according what you feel that this is comfortable to you.
Oh yeah.
You go to settings for the indicators and you change. There is a number 5, one of the indicators for the multiplier. You can do it for foreman, the multiplier 4th, or might be 5th or 6th. It's up to you to feel about what the time frame you want to be aligned with it.
Yeah, I agree with you, because some
Very
people
good point. I think also on the strategy rules as well, what you have designed as well. Really great point, Mustafa. Also, another thing was, Gavin, I must add on. I think what people should understand. Why is it that you and I, regardless of whatever market, whatever instrument, whatever time frame, we can just pull it up and analyze it? Because one of the things people must understand, okay, even though past performance is not indicative of future performance, and even though we've done so many real-time trades, and even in the past week or month, we've done that. Even the annual summit, we've done real-time trading. But why do these things keep repeating? Even 2 weeks ago, even 1 week ago, even 1 month ago, why do they keep repeating? It's not that we have a crystal ball, even though we always joke about that. But the point is that certain principles will keep repeating again and again.
Yeah, well.
And that is what you're saying. This principle about the elephant in the room. I mean, in Saudi, it'll be camel in the room. But
Well,
you know, all these.
The simple answer is we're spot on.
Yeah, but you know, all these principles will keep repeating, right? I mean, this principle about the volume spike over the relative moving average, you know, which you have now coded into the new one, the triple one, they will keep repeating, traders. And if that is combined with potential buying, where the smart money is coming in after kicking out the crowd, thinking there's a downtrend because they can't align the bigger time frames, all this, please understand, if there's one message you want to take away, why they keep repeating is because they are based on strong principles, which we have fully researched and tested over our 50, 60 years of experience when we put the whole team together of Trade Guider and Master Markets. This is what you're getting, and this is what everybody really found amazing, even at the Elite Traders Mastermind Annual Summit as well. Because it's experience put together, teaching you principles, and then in a simple way that you can digest and in a systematic way that you can apply to the markets is what you have in front of us. I think with that said, please feel free to reach out to us and ask us any questions. We are always here to help in this mission to spread the truth of trading. I think those are the things I wanted to say, Gavin. Yeah.
No, perfect. So I want to thank Mustafa out in Saudi Arabia there. I want to thank Tiru up in London. I want to thank Laura back here in the New Forest National Park with the 2 spaniels. The 2 dogs are better traders than me, to be fair. They just go and hit the paw on the button and they seem to make it work with gold and silver. I don't know. Yeah, I've trained them well. But no, on a serious note, one of the things that it's very close to my heart is you've got to believe in your system. You've seen it today. It works. If you're trained, we're doing coaching as part of the professional version. We are including 2 coaching sessions. You can actually come in. We've got our next one, I think, is Thursday. It's all about setting yourself up for the whole of December, which is going to be massively busy because Trump's coming in. We've got a massive year next year. This is the time. And will there be a correction? I'm certain, and I'll know when it happens, but I can't see it at the moment, and I don't think most people can. And that's why, you know, a lot of these traders that are out there saying, well, you know, the markets just keep going up. They don't. They do have corrections, and they're, you know, I keep getting emails every month for the last year from several sites that I'm registered on saying the market's about to collapse, the market's about to collapse. And every time they say it, it pops down a little bit and goes straight back up. If you understand volume spread analysis, smart money indicator, and you've heard the story what Mustafa told you, and you get coaching, you understand it. It's a bit like playing golf. If you want to get good at golf, you need to go to a professional who knows how to do it and show you how to swing the club. And that's what we do at Trade Guider. And we will do, I'm absolutely certain, a live event in Saudi Arabia, possibly an online event first, where we do it online, to show you just the Tadawul and some of the other stocks in that region. And then we can add in gold and oil. We haven't even looked at crude oil today because we've overrun, but I'm fine with that. So with that being said, if you've got any questions, the easy way to get hold of us. So Adrian, the Detective Holmes has got one further event. We're doing it Friday. Okay, I just looked at it, and so it's going to be on Friday, and then I'm going to do a couple of bonus sessions the following week. So it will be 3, but it'll be this Friday, and it'll be at 3 o'clock on Friday, Adrian. So that's going to happen. And Anthony, to answer your question, what time is the London fix? It's at 4 p.m. UK London time GMT. Okay, just to be clear, that's when the fix happens. That's when the moves start to happen. Before it, for an hour, then it starts to taper off into the fix, and then it moves like you've just seen. And if you understand that, you'll make it in the market for certain. We're on live chat now, so if you're interested in any of the offers that we've got, just come on live chat. My wife Laura is monitoring it right now, and then you've got the details for Tiru and also for Mustafa if you're listening to this out in the Middle East. From all of us at Trade Guider, from all of us at Trade to Win, from all of us at Master the Markets, great day today. We officially announce Mustafa is our representative in the Middle East, here to help you, as you just heard, and he will. And we're here to support you and do our best for you. We know it's a difficult business out there. I hope when my book is published, and it'll be on Amazon, it'll be in print form, it'll be in PDF form. But if you want chapter 1 of it, just to start you off, then again, just email my wife Laura, Laura, at tradeguider.com. She'll send you the first chapter of the book and the payment links, which we've got for this promotion on this particular product. With that being said, thank you so much to all of you. Thanks to the team at Master the Markets, Glenn and Karen, for your support. Karen, I did try and send you that link, by the way, the number, but don't worry, next time, the next event we'll do not on GoToWebinar, we'll do it on Zoom for certain. Thanks everyone. Namaste. May your God bless you. Good trading. Wishing you all constant profits. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Take care, be safe, and bye.